Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are going to solve one of those little puzzles in Spanish that can really trip you up. It's a tiny change in a verb that makes a huge difference. And honestly, once you see the secret pattern, you'll wonder how you ever missed it. We're talking about the E to I stem changing verbs. So, you've been there, right? You're feeling confident, you're conjugating a verb you think you know, like pedir, and all of a sudden, a vowel just flips for what feels like no reason at all. It can seem totally random. I mean, look at this. You take a normal, well-behaved verb like vivir, to live. It's a straight shot. Yo vivo. Easy, predictable, love it. But then pedir comes along to ask for, and bam, it's yo pido. Where on earth did that I come from? Why doesn't it just follow the rules? Well, if you've ever asked that question, let me just say you are in very good company. But here's the great news. It is not random chaos. Not at all. There is a hidden pattern, a super consistent rule that we are about to blow wide open. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. We are going to crack this code together so you can start using these verbs without even thinking about it. Ready to get started? All right, to unlock this whole thing, you need to know about a simple, powerful, and kind of weird visual trick. I promise you, once you see it, it's the key to everything. Let's talk about the secret of the boot. First off, what even is a stem-changing verb? It's just a verb where the main part of it, the root, or the stem, does a little switcheroo when you conjugate it. But here's the really important part. It only changes in some of the forms, not all of them. Okay, let's lay out our main suspect, pedir, on the table. You can see we have pido, pides, pide, then pedimos, pedis, and then back to piden. You see that? It's flipping back and forth between E and I. And now for the big reveal. The magic trick. If you draw a line around all the forms where the stem actually changes, what shape do you get? It looks like a boot. A work boot, maybe. And that's it. That's the secret. The change from E to I only happens for the forms that are inside the boot. So the rule couldn't be simpler. If the pronoun is inside the boot, yo, tú, él, ella, usted, ellos, ellas, ustedes, the stem changes. But if it's nosotros or vosotros, which are hanging out at the top outside of the boot, the stem stays exactly the same, no change. That's the whole secret. Okay, so the theory is one thing, but let's actually put this pattern into action. We're going to walk through it step by step so this whole process becomes second nature. Think of it like a three-step recipe. First, find your stem. Just chop off the IR, so pedir becomes ped. Easy. Step 2, ask yourself, is this form inside the boot? If the answer is yes, apply the change. Ped becomes pid. And finally, step 3, just add your normal ending. So pid plus the O for yo gives you pido. Boom. Done. And just to prove this isn't some weird fluke that only works for pedir, check out another super common verb, servir, which means to serve. It follows the exact same playbook. You get servo, serbes, sirve, then the ones outside the boot, servimos, servis, and then you jump right back in with sirven. This pattern is totally reliable. Okay, you've mastered the boot. You're feeling good. Let's level up. Because sometimes Spanish likes to throw a little combo move at us, where a verb has more than one trick up its sleeve. But don't worry, it's all built on the rule we already know. So here's the deal. Some verbs are boot verbs, but they also have a completely irregular yo form. Yeah, just think of it as a character with two special moves instead of just one. And the perfect example of this is the verb decir, to say or to tell. Its yo form is digo. It's just weird. You just have to memorize that one. But, and this is the cool part, look at what happens after that. Dices, dice, dicen. It falls right back into the comfy, familiar A to I boot pattern. So it's not a whole new set of rules. It's just one extra little quirk right at the beginning. All right, you get the pattern now, but how can you see these verbs coming from a mile away so you don't get tripped up? Let's build a quick little spotter's guide so you can identify them out in the wild. There are two huge clues to look for. First, is it an ER verb? This pattern is super common with ER verbs. Second, does the stem have an E in it? If you can say yes to both of those, there is a very good chance it's one of these E to I stem changers, like our buddies pedir, servir, repetir, y seguir. Okay, time for a quick pop quiz to make sure this is locked in. How would you finish this sentence? She asks for help. Is it A, ella pide ayuda, or B, ella pide ayuda? Go ahead and pick one. And the answer is
D. Pedir, of course. Why? Because ella is right there in the toe of the boot, which means the stem absolutely has to change from E to I.
Fantastic. Okay, one more, and this one's a little trickier. How do you say, we say the truth? Is it A, nosotros decimos la verdad, or B, nosotros decimos la verdad? Think carefully about the boot on this one. The correct answer is B, decimos. This is the classic test, right? Nosotros is the one form that's proudly standing outside the boot, so its stem does not change. The E stays right where it is. You've totally got this. So let's wrap it all up. What are the key takeaways? Number 1, the EDI change happens inside the boot. Number 2, nosotros and vosotros are the rebels outside the boot. They never change. 3, keep an eye out for this pattern, especially with IR verbs. And finally, the most important point of all, what seemed random is actually a simple, reliable, and predictable pattern. You have officially cracked the code. This pattern is yours now. So the only question I have for you is, with this new little superpower, what's the first thing you're going to go out and say in Spanish?